Have you ever thought about the kind of wisdom our grandparents had? You know, the stuff they knew that we might have forgotten? Imagine stumbling upon your grandfather's old diary, just filled with his thoughts on life. The real question is, does that timeless wisdom still hold up today in our world? Well, let's turn the page and see. So the diary opens with this idea, and it's a powerful one. It frames everything, all the struggles, the joys, not as just random things that happen, but as essential chapters. You need all of them to get the full story. It really sets the stage perfectly for what we're about to dive into. But you know, wisdom isn't just words on a page. To really get it, we need to see it in action. So we're going to follow the stories of 4 different Americans. Each one is facing a very real, very modern challenge, and writing a tough but necessary chapter of their own. Okay, let's jump into our first story. We're heading out to the legendary Route 66 to meet a guy named Jack, and he's about to hit a roadblock that's, well, it's very literal, but it's also a whole lot more. So, just picture it. The sun's beating down, there isn't another car in sight, and that little signal bar on your phone, completely empty. It's that awful sinking feeling, isn't it? That moment you realize you're totally alone, and the only person who can get you out of this is you. And this is that moment for Jack. Panic? Not really an option. This isn't just about changing a tire anymore. It's a sudden test of what she's made of. And the only thing that matters is, what's she gonna do next? The grandfather's advice here is surprisingly practical. It starts with a simple skill. Hey, learn how to change a tire. But it goes deeper. It's a whole mindset. This annoying, painful moment, it's not a failure, it's training. It's Jack's chance to own this problem and turn a wound into a bit of wisdom he'll carry with him. Alright, so from a physical roadblock, let's shift to an emotional one. Our next chapter takes us to Chicago to meet Sarah. Her challenge isn't a flat tire, it's this huge internal battle between playing it safe and chasing her dream. That's Sarah right there. She's got a good, stable job. You know, it's safe, but she has this dream. She wants to open her own bakery. And that dream feels like this huge, unpredictable, but amazing open sea. It's a choice so many of us face, one way or another. The grandfather's diary just nails it. He wrote that his ship is, of course, safe in the harbor. I mean, there are no storms, no real risks. It's comfortable, you know what to expect. But that's not what ships are for. They're built to get out there, to explore, to handle the waves. And maybe we are too. Sarah knows deep down that her purpose isn't in that safe job. It's out there, covered in flour, in a bakery of her own. So, how does she actually do it? How do you make that leap? Well, the diary lays out a kind of philosophy for it. It says the biggest risk is doing nothing at all. That you have to believe in yourself first, before anyone else will. And don't wait for the perfect moment. You gotta take this moment and make it perfect. And hey, if you stumble, it's fine. Sometimes you win, sometimes you won't. Okay, so we talked about the future, about taking a risk. Now let's turn to the burden of the past. Let's head down to Texas to meet David. He's wrestling with something really heavy, something that happened a long, long time ago. David's got this old, crinkled letter. It's an apology for a really deep hurt from years back. He's probably read it 1,000 times. It represents this chapter of his life that he just keeps rereading over and over. And now he's got a choice. Keep holding on to it, or maybe finally let it go. And this quote from the diary gets to the heart of it. It completely reframes forgiveness. It's not about letting the other person off the hook. It's for you. It's about giving yourself peace of mind. It's the ultimate act of self-care. So how does he do it? The diary actually offers a simple 3-step path. First, you have to acknowledge what happened. You can't change it, but you can learn from it. Second, you have to release the burden. You have to choose to stop rereading that painful chapter. And finally, you reclaim your peace. You let go of what you can't control. Maybe you even let the letter burn. Now for our final story, we're going to the non-stop energy of New York City to meet Marcus. His struggle isn't one big event. It's a quiet, daily grind. He's an actor, chasing a huge dream in a city that's full of them. For Marcus, rejection is just part of the job. He goes to audition after audition. His family, his friends, they're all starting to ask when he's going to get a real job. It brings up a huge question. What does courage actually look like when no one is clapping for you? I think this might be my favorite line from the whole diary. It totally redefines what courage is. It's not always this big, loud, heroic act. For Marcus, courage is that quiet, exhausted whisper to himself after another rejection, just promising, I will try again tomorrow. Think about it like this, right? There's the kind of strength that's like a lion's roar. It's loud, it's one big active force. But then there's the strength of a river. It's quiet, it's constant. And over time, that quiet river can literally cut through solid rock. Marcus's daily effort, that's the river. So, from a flat tire in the middle of nowhere to a packed audition room in New York, we've seen how this old wisdom is still so alive, so relevant to our modern challenges. So what does this all mean for us? Well, the lessons are pretty clear, right? Jack taught us that real strength often comes from relying on ourselves. Sarah showed us that we're built for more than just staying safe in the harbor. David's story proves that forgiveness is really about setting yourself free. And Marcus, he showed us that quiet, everyday persistence is an incredible, unstoppable force. And it all comes down to this. This is the final, this powerful piece of advice from my old diary. Through all the chapters of your life, the happy, the sad, the difficult, never forget that you're the one writing the story. Don't let anyone else hold the pen. So, the diary leaves us with one last question. When you look at your own roadblocks and your own dreams, your own safe harbors, and your own open seas, what chapter are you going to write next?